Hi everybody, Janelle here. Today, I just want to share why I love being a relationship coach and working with people in saving their marriage. I love my work. I love that I get to love people, especially in a moment of their life that can be very lonely and confusing and painful. I love being with a couple in that first session when they can barely make eye contact. They're barely speaking. I'm watching them on Zoom and they can't even. And within a week or two, they're sitting on each other's lap, they're touching each other. That makes my heart just feel like this big. Because everyone deserves to be happy, especially you. And listen, I get it. Sometimes relationships are hard and we wonder how we got into the situation that we're in. But listen, it's not your fault. It's not even your partner's fault. Society has not been great about teaching us what it looks like to have a successful relationship, how to be a great communicator, and specifically a great listener. And so I really want you to get it's not your fault. And there's nothing wrong. There's actually nothing wrong with your relationship. What you're dealing with, if it's around communication and trust and intimacy and passion, is exactly what I talk about with every single client I meet. So I just want you to get that however things are right now, there's hope. And I really want you to get that there's often no malice with your partner. It may occur that way for us, but it's usually just mindlessness. And so my job as your relationship coach is to bring mindfulness into the mindlessness so that we can actually give attention to the things that we do that pull us away from love, that disconnect us from what it is that we truly, truly want. And that's to be loved and accepted just the way we are and just the way we're not. Another reason I love being a relationship coach is I get to share myself, my love, my compassion, but I really get to share myself, part of my own healing. One thing you might not know about me is, when I was 9, my dad cheated on my mom with her best friend who lived in our basement. And he left to be with them. And that was a very, very painful time in my life. And I decided in that moment that I can't trust men. And I was a daddy's girl. But I decided I can't trust men. Everybody I love will leave me. And I'm unlovable. And here I am, more than 30 years later, still dealing with the emotions from that moment of when I was 9. And just so you know, my dad did come back. He got sick. He needed an organ transplant. And he begged my mom to take him back, and she said yes. Without a thought. And the agreement was that if she did take him back, that they would not talk about what had happened. That we would just put it in the past and we would move forward. And that's exactly what we did. Exactly what she did. Until the moment my dad passed away 14 years later. And so I share this story because I want you to know that anything is possible when you are committed to making things work. And oftentimes our ego just gets in the way. It tells us that we're being foolish, naive, But at the end of the day, all that matters is you honoring yourself, honoring your commitment, and doing the work. Because here's the thing, however we show up now in this relationship that we're in, even if we leave and go to another relationship, chances are it's going to come back. You're going to see the same pattern. You can't run away from yourself. That's the great thing. And finally, what I want to share is I love talking about how I was able to achieve everything that I wanted in a relationship, even after being divorced, and how I made that possible. And I will share that with you. And so I want you to get that, when I talk, I'm not just talking out of a book that I read or a course that I took or certification thing. I speak from experience. I speak from doing the work myself and going and bumping up against everything, all of my own not enoughness. And because I've gone through that, I have so much space and compassion for you and your partner and all that you're dealing with. And I just really want you to get that it's okay. It's totally okay. And I'm here to stand for you and your marriage and your family and your kids. Because here's the thing. It's not just about you and your spouse. This is about you and your kids and them having the opportunity to see you both happy, to see you both laughing and being patient and appreciative of each other. Because listen, however you show up in your relationship is how they're going to show up in their relationship. However you act with each other is how they're going to act with their future partners. And so it's up to you. It's your responsibility to show these kids what these values are so that they can go and do that themselves. And so I hope that I was able to articulate why I do what I do and what you can expect from me if you choose to work with me. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. And I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening.